This is Chris Kidd with your Lower Abs Revealed Strength Training Workout. All right, for the next 8 weeks, in addition to getting your core chiseled, the other part of the equation is getting stronger and more fit. This is only going to help in this process, and what I'm going to do in this video is just to demonstrate a simple routine that I want you to do on your strength training days. Okay, so we have core training days, and you're going to perform those as specified in your schedule, and then you have what we call strength and conditioning days, where we do a short strength training workout followed by conditioning. So for our strength training workout, it's very simple. Okay, we have what we call our 4 foundation exercises. Okay, these are the ones that we're going to be performing for 8 weeks. This routine is not going to change. The goal of this workout is just to make it harder in some way with each session. Okay, so I'm just going to demonstrate each exercise, and then in our subsequent video, we've given you a video for each individual exercise to show you kind of how to progress these exercises with levels. Okay, we have a level 1 version, we have a level 2 version, and if you can do more than the prescribed rep range, meaning 6 reps, okay, if you can do more than 6 fairly comfortably, I want you to make it harder. I want you to move to the next level. Okay, so that's the goal. All right, so our exercises for our strength training are a simple push-up. Okay, and this is the way I want you to do a rep. We're going to count to 2 on the way down. So I'm thinking 1, 2, pause at the bottom, 1, 2, pause at the top. Okay, so I'm not doing short, jerky reps. I'm moving with control. 1, 2, pause. 1, 2, pause. All right, now if you're only able to get down halfway with the push-up or move through whatever range of motion you have available to you, again, it's the same idea. So you can only come down halfway. Count down, 1, 2, pause, 1, 2, pause, and then we increase our range of motion as we go along. All right, so that's our first exercise. We have a push-up. Our next exercise is going to be a split squat. All right, the split squat, I just have a target. I have 2 carpet squares below me here. You can get a pillow, just something that you can drop down to. I'm going to come into a split stance. I just want to drop my back knee straight down to the pad, pause, and come back up. Thinking about keeping my knee behind my toe here so I'm not jutting forward, and I want to drop straight up and down like my head is tethered into the ceiling. So once again, pause at the bottom, come back up. I'm thinking 1, 2 on the way down, pause, 1, 2 on the way up, pause. Okay, then obviously I'm doing the other leg. For our third exercise, we have what is called a hip lift. Okay, with the hip lift, I'm going to just put my back on a chair or just something that I can kind of elevate on just a little bit. This is for the butt. I'm just going to come out to about this position. Thrust my butt up into the air, press through my heels, think about counting to 2 on the way up, pause. I want to hold a little longer with this just so we get a little bit of activation in the glutes. 1, 2, pause at the bottom. Again, up, squeeze, and hold. Now if anything, for the hip lift, we want to move a little bit slower because the glutes require a little bit more stimulation to get kind of activity there. So maybe count even 3 or 4 on the way up, and 3 or 4 on the way down. Okay, that's a way we can really get the most out of that particular exercise. Now, our last exercise is what's called an inverted row. Okay, the inverted row involves a body weight pull-up strap here. Okay, some popular brands, the TRX. There's also another one that we'll recommend in our equipment list. But this is something that you can attach into a doorway that I highly recommend. The thing with the TRX is we can walk it in to make it harder until I'm almost horizontal, or I am horizontal. And I'm just pulling myself up. All right, now if you can't do that, we just walk it back at an angle to make it easier. Okay, and again, you'll notice that my back is flat like a table. I want to pause at the top, hold, pause at the bottom, and hold. So 1, 2, stop, 1, 2, stop. Okay, so it's progressive in that way. All right, if you don't have a TRX, in our video explaining the different levels for this particular exercise, we give you an alternative. So that's your strength training workout. We're going 3 sets of 6 reps each. So I would do the push-up, the split squat, the hip lift, the TRX, and then I go back to the beginning for 3 rounds. Rest as long as you need to allow your muscles to recover. Keep in mind that this is strength training. This is not conditioning. Okay, so we're not trying to fatigue our muscles out. We're not trying to necessarily make you super sore or anything like that. We're just trying to get stronger. Okay, and you need rest for that. So take as long as you need to do that. So that's the first portion of our workout. The second portion of our workout, or step 2, is going to be conditioning. All right, conditioning is to fatigue. Okay, conditioning is to get the heart rate up and to get in the type of cardiovascular shape to allow you to run faster, to allow you to run longer distances. Okay, and you'll notice that we have a progression. Each week in our conditioning workout, we give you a different set of numbers. So for example, in week 1, We have 30 seconds on, followed by 30 seconds off for 6 minutes. Okay, now what I want you to do is this, all right? For the 30 seconds on portion, I want you to go as hard as you can. Okay, this on means you are on. You are 100%. You're trying to get as many reps as you can in that amount of time and to maintain that number. So say I do squats as fast as I can for 30 seconds. If I get 15, I want to try to maintain at least that 15 number throughout each subsequent circuit. Okay? Following my squats, I either just stand here and rest for 30 seconds and let my heart rate come down, or I do some form of active rest. Okay, be it just jumping jacks at a slower speed, or just marching, or whatever it may be. Okay, but for the I'm going to give you a couple of options. Okay, so for the on portion, for the 30 seconds on, I want you to pick an exercise that will get your heart rate up. Okay, and I'll just give you a couple examples. Jumping jacks at a high pace is a good one. Air squats at a high pace is a good one. Burpees at a high pace is a good one. Or just jumping up and down. Or even sprinting back and forth. Anything that gets your heart rate up is what we want. For the 30 seconds off, I want you to pick an activity that allows you to get your heart rate down, but allows you to still move around. So a mobility drill, like a squat stand, okay, or just a light jog in place. Jumping jacks at a slower speed, or one of the mobility drills from our, from our warm-up, anything that allows your heart rate to come down. And the key is, I'm going 30 seconds of hard exercise, followed by 30 seconds of slower exercise, so allow my heart rate to come down, repeated for a period of 6 minutes, all right? You'll see that that increases to 8 minutes in our second week, and 10 minutes in our third week, okay? So we follow our strength workout first, followed by our conditioning workout, and that's your strength and conditioning workout for the day. Okay, I want you to review each video of the videos of each exercise, figure out your level of progression. Whether you're doing push-ups against the wall, if you can do that for 6, then you want to know how to progress that. Watch the video. All right, as well, if you have any questions about conditioning, maybe exercise suggestions or that sort of thing, email me and I will be happy to provide you several more. But that's your workout. Good luck and enjoy.